What's up, nerds? This is Lance.
And this is Antoine.
And you are listening to the Emo Otaku podcast, the show where we talk about everything anime and music. And welcome to episode 104.
You are so perky right now. That was weird.
You know, it's been a couple of weeks. It's been 2 weeks, right? Well, we took a week off.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm a little perky.
Yeah, just to caught me off guard. I was like, I was not expecting that.
Can't help myself. You know, it's good to be back.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Texas.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what's very ironic is I was stoked. Well, I wasn't super excited to go to California for obvious reasons, but I was excited for like, oh, I can have some of the food that I haven't gotten to have in a long time. I get to have California Mexican food. And then I was like,
I think it's just called Mexican food there.
yeah, well, you know, in Texas, they
Baja
like
Mexican food.
Right. Well, I'm from Northern California, so it's, I mean, I guess that'd technically be like Baja.
I think it's still
I think it's all pretty much the same. But like California Mexican food, and also like I was, oh, the weather's going to be nice, right? Fucking psych. It was hotter there than it is here.
Yeah, actually, it hasn't been that bad lately.
No, and while I was gone, it was hotter there than it was here.
It was cold this morning.
No, this morning was fucking cold. Yeah. We were out there doing PT in 55-degree weather.
I fucking loved it. It was so nice.
Yeah. Wow.
I walked outside and like the gust of wind hit me and I physically shivered.
Yeah,
and
it was
like,
weird.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, don't worry. Next week it's going right back up to 90.
Just excited to like whip out my thermals, dance around my
excessive.
You don't rock thermals when it gets cold?
No.
Oh, dude, we'll crack it one down. I'll rock my thermals, baby. That fucking feels nice. I know we're literally just thermals. No, like, the sweats, no t-shirt, just a set of thermals like I'm fucking living in the 1940s. It feels phenomenal.
Wow. That's a mental fucking picture.
I look super cute in them.
I bet you do.
Yeah. I got a full gray set, and I got a full black set, and then I just got like some mismatch stuff I've had over the years. But, oh, yeah. Maybe one day I'll just show up in a set of thermals.
Oh man, I hope so.
Maybe we'll make just fucking full on fluff.
We'll make some Emo Otaku fucking thermals just so you can wear them.
Every time I record, it's like 90 degrees. I'm just wearing thermals, sweating.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be very different from you always wearing pants. So
hey, I'm not wearing jeans.
No, you're not wearing jeans. You're still wearing pants though.
It's chilly outside.
All right, this time I'll let you have a pass because it's definitely in the 60s right now.
Like it's kind of cool outside.
It's kind of cold out there.
I even wore sleeves because I was like, brr.
You always wear a long sleeve.
Well, it's because all of my t-shirts, I have one non-long sleeve t-shirt.
Yeah, you might have to get some more.
Yeah, I need to. But I realize I have like 4 of our shirts, and they're all long. Well, I have 5 because I have 4 long sleeve ones and 1 short sleeve one. And I honestly don't know where the short sleeve one is.
Yeah, I doubt you've even worn it except inside the house, maybe.
No, I've worn it to the airport before.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I used to just.
Oh yeah, you have the fucking
like cream colored.
What's
one?
Up Nerds one? Yeah.
Call me out.
Well, you can wear band t-shirts. Like I'm wearing a Power Trip shirt today.
That's
a very comfortable shirt. You have a few because you've bought them at most of the shows we've gone to.
I own a few. I'm trying to think of like the ones I know where they are. Because my issue is when I do laundry, everything goes to the front of my closet.
Yeah.
And so I only wear, when I go for a t-shirt, I'm just like, whatever's first. Yeah. So like I said, I wear like the same 3 or 4 shirts.
No, I figured.
Again. Like I had to go dig out this one because like I had like 2 or 3 other ones were like pretty close up from travel. And then I was like, where are the rest of my Emo Otaku shirts? And I've been like having to like reorganize my closet to try to find them. And by that, I mean, I get like halfway through organizing and I'm like, oh, this is exhausting. And then I just stop. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I hate folding clothes.
I just bought a bunch of merch too. I just went to a show. I went to a show literally the day after I got back.
Oh, what'd you go see?
I went to Texas Death Fest. So I saw like, damn dude, there was like 10 bands I saw. Started at like 4:30 and then went until like midnight.
It's too late for my blood.
Well, luckily it's like, it was at Tulips. So there was Tulips and then you could go sit outside. There was actual places to sit. Unlike when it was in Denton, there wasn't really anywhere to sit.
So you're just standing the whole time?
Yeah. So this was better. The bands were amazing. I was very excited. I spent probably about $100 on merch.
Jesus.
At one table.
Oh my God.
They gave me a bunch of free shit too.
I mean, you spent $100. You're thinking you're entitled to one.
Well, I mean, one of the things was $50. It was like a jersey.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. Then,
it was pretty cool. So that was
in my
50.
head. I was thinking like 4 or 5 shirts. So I remember you got at a show, so it's always more expensive.
Well, I mean, like a T-shirt from them would have only been like 25, maybe $30. But I got a jersey. It's really fucking cool. And then I got like a bottle of hot sauce, and I got a vinyl of their latest album.
We're just gonna gloss over. You bought a bottle of hot sauce from a rock band.
It'll be my third bottle of hot sauce from a band, because I got hot sauce from Emery. It was really good. Then I got hot sauce from Internal Bleeding, really good. And then I got hot sauce from the band's name is Mall. Really
I hope
good.
Internal Bleeding just named their hot sauce like Internal Bleeding.
No, they didn't. I'll show you. It's in my fridge still. I still have a little bit left.
So I was thinking like those like driving through small town like southern like gas stations.
Yeah,
who, like
blow your ass out.
yeah,
hot
like
sauce.
butt ripper jalapeno or like habanero ass ripper, some shit like that. That's immediately what I thought
Bleeding
of.
guts hot
Yeah.
sauce.
Like colon eruption. You're just like, I don't think I want this.
Yeah, I'm good.
Like the picture's like a pig blowing up or some shit like that. We're like, no, I don't want this. Like every time I drive to NOLA and I see them at gas stations and I'm just like, it's like the next one's like candy pecan and I'm like, I don't think those two things belong next to each other.
It was really cool though. It was a good show. Really good show. Tim couldn't go. He was at Austin City Limits this weekend. Him, his girlfriend, and then Javier and his girlfriend. They were all
Down there.
They saw a bunch of cool people. You know, he was excited. He got to see a bunch of people. You know, he got to see Tyler the Creator, and
It's a weird dude.
I love Tyler.
I mean, I do too. But every time I think about him, I'm like, that's such a weird dude. Like, I would love
all
to
of the
meet him.
fucking Odd Future guys were super weird.
Yeah. Fuck, what was that show called that they had?
It was Loiter Squad.
Yeah.
The shit,
Yeah,
dude.
I
I
fucking
love
love
that
that
show.
show.
So much.
But every time I think about him, that's all I immediately. I never think about him as the rapper. I always think about that.
Well, then you think about Jasper and one of the dudes. I can't remember his fucking name now, but he's on The Bear.
I still haven't seen
One
that.
of the guys from Odd Future is in The Bear now, and he's a fantastic actor.
I mean, a lot of those. I always say a lot of comedians are actually pretty good actors when they try being actors.
Some are really good, some are very bad.
Well, yeah, but typically, okay, good comedians.
Yeah, okay,
typically
that's
are.
true. Stavros is pretty fucking funny.
Who?
Stavros. I don't know how to say his last name because it's super Greek.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
He used to have a podcast called Come Town, and now he's just called he's got the Stavi. Oh, I can't remember what the fuck it's called now.
Stavi Dami.
No, it's just like the Stavi Show or some shit like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's fucking
Is that
funny.
to do with the mustache? The like Italian
Really
looking
big fucking Greek dude. He's got glasses.
thing? Okay, now I'm thinking of someone
He's
else.
like basically fucking like
I think of that one comedian
hair.
that had like Fresh and Fit on, and I just remember him like clowning the fuck out of them. You probably have no idea who Fresh and Fit are. They're like those Manosphere dudes.
they're what?
Oh, you don't know what Manosphere is? Oh, your life is so nice. Manosphere, like the red pill guys that are like women ain't shit. You know, like the whole like those kind of guys.
You're talking about the guys that have that show where they just like sit around a table with a bunch of dumb lady, like
Yeah,
they
and then
pick the
talk
dumbest women.
Yeah, and then
possible.
talk shit about how bad women are.
Yeah.
They're those type of guys.
Yeah, I got you. I
And,
know what you're talking about. Those guys fucking suck.
Yeah, but I can't remember the name of the comedian.
It's like Adam 22.
But the dude had them on there, and they just like clowned them on the podcast the whole time, like basically telling like you guys just make shit for kids.
I know
and
you're
you
talking
leak
about.
shit. Yeah,
I
thought you were talking about that. Dude.
No, you're talking about the guy from the H3 podcast.
Yeah,
Him and
like,
his wife are on there.
Yeah,
Oh
that
no,
dude.
he's hilarious, but no,
Yeah.
it's definitely not him.
That's like I always think of that, and specifically that episode because it's like how I didn't even know he had a podcast.
He has
like,
a lot of people on, and he just shits on them.
yeah, and I kind of love that he does that.
Me too.
Like, just like like it's one of those things where like I just respect that like people go on there knowing like, oh, this is a comedian. He's probably gonna make jokes about me. And then you're just like, oh yeah, you're just like
Annihilates
yeah.
them.
It's just like, oh, you're just a complete and just like, and it's never like, ha,
You thought it was
like,
gonna be bad. No, it's gonna be real bad.
yeah. And it's never like, haha, you kind of did something weird once. It's like, no, you're just a terrible person. And he like calls you up for like real shit too. And I'm like, oh my God, like, why would you go on this?
Yeah, he's
like, if you have,
He's like Nardwar, but like only finds out the bad stuff.
yeah, like if you have a Wikipedia page, do not go on this dude's podcast.
Facts.
He's going to shame you.
Yep.
Actually, think about it. Go on it so I can watch it and laugh at you for
Facts.
getting shamed.
Yes, please.
But how was I don't really want how to word that.
I mean, I watched a good amount of stuff.
Oh, did you?
I didn't get to watch as much as I would like to have, obviously, because I was busy.
I actually kind of was too. I mean, I went to Corpus and Padre,
right?
And what is it, Port Aransas? I think it's called.
Yeah, it's all like right down there.
Yeah, we went there, toured that for the week. She's my girl's from there.
Yeah, I know.
And so we went down there, showed me like grandma's old house, the old stomping ground, we'll call it, and went swimming in Padre. That was actually really nice. It was nice.
Okay.
I mean, the water's. I mean, it's the Gulf.
Gross.
So when I lived in San Antonio when I was younger, I remember Corpus being just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, it's not as bad as it used to be, and it's
'cause
not as bad as I remember it.
BP's oil is all gone.
Yeah, not even that. I just remember like even the beach that's like so rocky and like just looked gross.
Very
but
Washington.
like the boardwalk they had down there, we went and like sat on the stairs there and just looked at the sun. Like it's. I wouldn't say beautiful. It's pretty there. It's better.
Picturesque.
Yeah. It's.
You would take a picture and you'd put it in a Texan's house.
Yeah, but we actually went to like the state park on Padre Island, like at the end.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. Went for a long walk on the beach, went swimming. Like it was a really good weekend. I enjoyed it. We finally got to eat chachos in San Antonio. And it was
what the
phenomenal.
fuck, dude? You said we were gonna go down there.
Well,
I don't even know what Chacho's is. I mean, I assume it's Mexican food.
yeah, it's a Mexican restaurant. Yeah. I don't really think you wanted to go on like our
No, but you
weekend
said
getaway.
we were gonna make a fucking San Antonio trip just for Chacho's.
And I'm still not against going
All
back.
right, fine.
Like it's worth the 4-hour drive. It's so fucking good. We literally went and got food, and we're like, we'll just get it to go. And it was like our road snacks. Like we literally were just driving from San Antonio to Corpus. So she was driving down there, and I'm just sitting in the passenger seat, just like she's like she got like the fluffy tacos, and she's like sitting there driving, like damn near wrecking the car, eating this shit, and I'm just in the passenger seat, just like slapping down salsa.
It's worth
just
dying.
like, if we die with this in my mouth, it'll be a good death. And she'd never been to Chacho's. I'm like, you're from Texas, like you.
That's right. I feel like if I asked her, she wouldn't know. But she's from here.
Yeah, but she's not from here. She's from, I guess she mostly grew up here, but she's from Corpus. It's not too far. It's worth the drive.
I mean, I'm down. I'm always down. I had some pretty good food when I was home. I found a fucking Caribbean place, and it was solid. I got curry goat and some red beans and rice, and I got a oxtail fucking patty.
Patty?
Like a beef patty. Like a Jamaican beef patty, they did oxtail inside.
That I've never had that. That actually sounds bomb as
It was
shit.
insanely good.
I've never had that.
It was crazy. I had that.
I've had a lot of beef patties, never with oxtail in them.
Yeah, that was my first too. I was ready to just have a regular beef patty, and they had options. Yeah,
I'm kind of upset because like I've been eating Caribbean food oddly enough my whole life.
Yeah, oxtail. Who would have thought to put oxtail in there? It makes so much sense.
I grew up eating oxtail, and I grew up eating beef patties, and at no point did I ever. I've literally eaten oxtail with rice with a beef patty on the side. Never thought to put it together.
What kills me too is why not then also just put curry goat in a patty?
I've had that. I mean, you ever had a roti?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's basically the same thing.
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, there's already a better way to eat that. So
roti
exist,
would definitely be the better way.
I've had oxtail roti. That's fucking delicious. Then see, and I'll say this:
is there any places around here? I feel like like Tim talks about. There's a place down in like Burleson.
So Cecilia found one place. We just haven't gone yet. That's supposed to be pretty good, and I was on travel when she found it. And we just haven't gone.
You gotta find out where that is because Tim keeps talking about a place that's in Burleson. I looked at the reviews; it looks fantastic.
I don't know if it's in Burleson, but I know she found a place that had really good reviews and the food looked fire. And let me tell you, it looked authentic.
Good.
Yeah, so that's always my thing. Like,
so it looks like a shack or like a really small restaurant.
I don't know. I'm saying the food, like the plated food, like because like I always see like I was gonna say like
it's not supposed to be plated pretty.
Oh, it matters. It matters to me.
You want it to be plated pretty?
And not so much plated pretty, but like what it looks like on a plate. Like you've seen when certain people get a hold of
that's what I'm
certain
saying. I
styles
don't
of
want it
food.
to be pretty.
Yeah. I'm not saying pretty like it looked pretty.
I don't need it to
like
be
there was like a flour. I mean, like
pleasing.
it looked pretty. Like it looked like it was cooked properly.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I want it to look like that.
Yeah, because
I don't want it to be like here's rice and here's a piece of
like a perfect circle of rice.
Yeah,
with, like,
eat a
and, like,
dick.
yeah.
I don't want that.
Because like when you say Caribbean on the West Coast, like I've eaten Caribbean on the West Coast, and most of the time like it looks pretty in that way, but then I eat it and I'm like, you forgot to season my food.
No, mine was like, I mean, basically like my town, not a lot of these. There's not a lot of us.
Okay.
And it's gotten way less. Like, I thought my town like was a shithole when I lived there. It's real bad now. Like nobody gives a fuck.
So the food's just
The
phenomenal.
food is incredible. The food's incredible.
Like as property value goes down, the
the
quality
food
of the
gets
food
better.
goes up. Yeah,
exactly.
So I remember I went to the first time I ever went to Portland. I went by myself, and I was just like, I'm just gonna check it out. Just drive around, just get it out of my system. I just keep hearing Portland's just a dirtier Seattle, and I already don't like
Fucking
Seattle,
shithole.
which was the most accurate description
It's
of it
such a
ever.
shithole.
And then I was like looking for restaurants to eat before, because I was like, it's 4-hour drive. I went down there and I was like, I am not staying here tonight. So like I was like, let me find somewhere good to eat. I heard the food's pretty good down here. And I found this Cuban restaurant that had like 5 stars, 4.7, 4.8. And I was like, yo, this place must be fire. And then I walked in and it was like I saw 3 white dudes and 2 of them had dreadlocks, and I'd already ordered online, and I was just like, oh, I fucked up. I fucked up so bad. And the food was it was like they cooked everything to the recipe, but didn't follow this. Like they followed like the exact seasoning recipe. You know what I mean?
Instead of seasoning with their hearts.
Yeah. So like it tasted like someone went to like Miami, ate Cuban food once and said, I can do that from memory.
Yeah.
It's literally what it tasted
Yeah.
like. And I was
Yeah.
like, and then I went to Voodoo Donuts. I waited like an hour in line and got a donut, and I was like, this is the
They're
most.
not worth waiting an
Yeah.
hour. I got lucky when I went. We waited like fucking 10 minutes.
I waited. Well, I was like, I'm driving home, so I'm going to do it because I have no reason to ever
Yeah,
come
might
back.
as well.
Yeah.
It's fine. You just got like a couple of the donuts. Like you get one of their like novelty donuts. You don't get just a regular donut because it's just a regular donut.
Yeah. So my thing is, I judge donut places like I judge ice cream. Like ice cream, I will get your vanilla ice cream and see like how creamy and the quality it tastes is before I try anything else, because that lets me know like, can you make good ice cream, or can you just throw shit in ice cream that tastes like crap to make it taste better?
That's fair. I feel like you could get one that has some stuff in it if you're using a base of vanilla though.
Yeah,
'Cause you can still
but
feel
I
if
need,
the
I need
vanilla's
to,
good.
that's how I judge
see what
the
you're
quality
saying.
first. Like I'll try other things afterwards. Like
Right.
the first time I had Breyers, I was like, this tastes like milk water with sugar in it.
I mean, I like Breyers, but it's
Yeah,
not
Breyers,
like
yeah.
it's not like a top tier
Yeah.
one. Tillamook is fucking top tier.
Tillamook is fire. Like, and it's the same. So
And
like,
fucking Bluebell is.
yeah, I was gonna say
literally
every time
the
I tell
goat.
someone to try Bluebell, I'm like, just get their
You
homemade.
can just get their vanilla.
Yeah, that's what I like. I love like vanilla is not my favorite ice cream ever unless it's Bluebell.
Bluebell,
because
yeah.
like everything else you put on top of it just ruins how good their ice cream is. I'll either get vanilla or get the cookies and cream, and that is it.
Their cookies and cream is really fucking good. They have one that's fucking incredible. It's like a, because I guess they have these chocolate cones that they used to make, and it's like they took their vanilla ice cream and then they put like chocolate cones in there and they mash it all up. Yes. It kind of reminds me of like the Americone Dream, the Ben and Jerry's one.
Yeah.
But better because it's Bluebell.
So I don't see it anymore, but they used to have a banana split one.
Oh,
and
that's
it was literally
fire.
like they just took a banana
All the
split
shit in
and
it.
blended it
Yeah.
like the chocolate swirls, had cherries, banana chunks in it. And like that was my favorite when I moved back here. I was so excited to try it, and I have not fucking found it. And it's so upsetting to me.
Have you looked on like Instacart? You just Instacart, type what you want in, and then you just see what stores carry it. I do that all the time.
I don't even have Instacart. I'm gonna
Just
literally
download
I was
it
like,
just to do
I'm
that.
gonna download Instacart just to
I
find
used to
it.
order off Instacart sometimes. I used to also to like be an Instacart like delivery person. Honestly, now I keep it on my phone just so I can be like, well, what store fucking has this?
So I've done it with DoorDash, where I'm looking for something.
Yeah, same
'cause,
thing.
Like,
Because DoorDash, you can order groceries.
yeah, so like, especially when I'm looking for like vegan things, instead of like, before I drive to Tom Thumb, let me see if Tom Thumb has like this specific vegan
Exactly.
thing or this.
Do
type
the
of
same
thing.
fucking
Yeah.
thing. Type in the ice cream you want and just see what store
Yeah,
has it.
I don't know why I've literally done it with other things, but I've never done it with ice cream.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that. Thank you.
So
so
we're
excited.
a food podcast.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Now I'm just gonna sit here and think about banana split ice cream this whole
Yeah,
time.
that sounds fucking good.
If I find it, I'll bring you one. It is
All right.
so fucking fire.
I'm down.
I'm gonna like have to get like a fucking like what is dry ice or something, just package it in my car to drive it to you. I'm like, he's gonna be so excited for this.
I will actually be excited.
If you can find it, try it. It is their best flavor by far.
You heard it here, kids.
Get their banana split.
Yeah.
Going on with recent events, I got vaccinated today.
I did too. Flu shot.
I did flu and I did my COVID booster.
Where'd you get your COVID booster? Oh,
I go to CVS.
okay.
I just because like if I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna just get it all in one go.
I'm definitely not going to do that based on recent events in my life.
What, get COVID booster?
Get COVID and flu in the same day
Oh,
based on current events.
I don't get it.
That's how she died.
Oh,
She got both in the same day.
the shots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, she was also like way older than us, but still.
Well, I was about to make a joke too. I'm kind of glad she said that before.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I'd
I
been okay, but my dad wouldn't want to watch this episode.
yeah, I was gonna be like, yeah, well, like I was gonna get the COVID one so I could pick up a 5G signal, and the flu shot was just so I could get like the boost the Wi-Fi signal.
Oh no, we think it's just like where she got it, but that's
Okay.
a story for another day.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, that was way darker than my joke was gonna be.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I got my shit. I got my flu shot yesterday too.
Oh yeah,
I got a teeth cleaning today. It's been a busy day.
Yeah, even look at us doing our hygiene / medical.
Don't be stinky, kids.
Yeah, take showers, get vaccinated. It's good. I mean, it's good for you.
It is good for you.
COVID still exists. People seem to think it just.
Well, we
went
live
away.
in Texas, so they never thought it existed to begin with.
Yeah, I got shit for when I said I was going to get my COVID booster.
I bet you did.
They're like, you don't have to do that. And I was like, I know I don't have to. I want to. They're like, well, then if you don't have to, why would you? And it's like,
Because I care about other people,
Yeah.
especially the person you live with.
yeah, like I like not getting COVID. I like not giving people COVID. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't walk around coughing on door handles for a reason. But whatever. But what have you been watching?
Oh, yeah, we do that, huh?
It feels so weird holding a glass. I don't think I've ever held a glass when we recorded before.
Maybe like once a long time ago.
Yeah, maybe I think it was alcohol too. It's weird holding a glass.
No, I think you had a glass of water one time
Did
too.
I? Oh.
But yeah, it's usually alcohol. Are you sure you like it? Are you okay?
Now I'm feeling all judgmental about it.
All right, so I will start with anime, like I usually do. So I finished season 3 of Slime. Very good. Or I don't know, I'll just say it was good.
Not as
It was
good
a
as
7 out of 10.
Not as good as season 2.
No. Not as good as season 2 or 1.
It's weird. I didn't really hear, like, I know we talked about before how I felt like a very weak season of anime, like the summer season.
Yeah.
But like, I figured Slime would be the one thing I'd hear a lot about, and I just really didn't.
So here's
even
the thing.
online.
Here's the thing with Slime. This new season is, and the best way I know how to describe it is like, because now I've read 20 chapters of Hunter x Hunter, maybe a little bit more of current Hunter x Hunter, or maybe not current, but like the post fucking anime. It's a lot of political strategy going on in this season. So like, I think you would like it.
So it's kind of doing like what Overlord did.
I haven't seen Overlord.
Oh, okay.
But it's like it's setting up for like what's gonna happen next. It was like a dip. It was okay. Vinland Saga season 2 was a dip, still quality,
Or like
but
the second half of season 2 of Attack on Titan. That like
we're still
building on to
good, but
something.
we're setting us up.
Yeah.
Like he killed a lot of big bads already, and now he's trying to build the kingdom and make the kingdom important. And he does like a tournament, and he does.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a very short tournament, but like, yeah, I know. I was hoping it was going to be like the whole season.
You got me excited when you said
Dude,
tournament.
I was hoping it was going to be the whole season, but it was 2 episodes. And then it was 2 episodes of a tournament, good fights, but 2 episodes of a tournament, and then 1 or like 1.5 of a dungeon labyrinth. So they're like basically setting up to have them be the hub of the whole like world, basically.
Yeah.
Trying to make a lot of allies, find who's trying to collude against them. So it's a lot of political shit. A lot. Still good. Still quality in animation. In fact, better animation because there's not a whole lot of fights.
So
like there is fights, but it's not nearly as much.
So they can take their time with everything
Correct.
and not just focus on
Season
big
4 is
flashy
probably
battle.
going to be insane. Okay. I have watched obviously more Dragon Ball. I am past the next time skip. He's trained 3 years with the cat. I can't remember his fucking name. He's training because he's going to...
Karen or Curran?
Yeah, something like that.
Something with a K. I don't know. Curran. It's either Curran or Karen. Curran.
It's not Karen.
Curran or with the K-I or K-U. I kept saying it, so now I can't pronounce it.
Either way.
Karen
yeah.
or Curran? One of those
Kieran
two.
sounds right.
Yeah.
But he's training with him to fight. Well, him and Piccolo to fight Piccolo Jr.
He's training with Kirin and Yajirobe to fight Piccolo Jr.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
That's right. Yajirobe was, yes.
Yeah. So he killed Piccolo
Senior. Piccolo Senior. That was dope. He literally went straight through his chest.
Just dragon punch through him.
That was so dope. I was like, oh, we really are watching Dragon Ball Z now.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, and I love how it's so censored. There should have been so much blood. There should have been so much blood.
Yeah, there are a couple people in Dragon Ball Z that go holds punch through him, and I'm like,
I do remember that being a kid watching Dragon Ball Z. I was like, yeah, there should be blood.
so like I went when I rewatched Dragon Ball Z like as an adult, like I watched obviously the original Japanese release of it, and like there's a little bit of blood in it, but
So
like,
they just didn't do a lot of blood.
yeah,
back
when they
then.
brought it over, yeah, but even like when they brought it over to America, like when I watched it as a kid, there was no blood,
Right.
But like I remember when Frieza, spoiler, but when Frieza gets cut in half, like he literally gets cut in half, and like it just kind of does like a red line.
Oh, that's happened in Dragon Ball. A couple
Yeah.
people got cut in half and nothing fucking happened.
Yeah, they're just like they just draw like instead of like a shadow, it's just a red shadow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there should be guts.
Yeah, there should be a
out of
lot
you
of shit happening
Like,
right now.
How can you be okay cutting someone in half or punching a hole through someone? You're just like red dot.
Yeah.
They'll get it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have like 20 episodes left in Dragon Ball, and then I can watch Dragon Ball Z. But I want to finish Dragon Ball, then finish Monster, and then I guess I'll finish fucking Black Clover. But the next thing I really want to watch, there's two things I really want to watch. It's either Wisteria, because everybody keeps talking about Wisteria being really, really good.
I've heard it is too.
And then, or Shangri-La Frontier, which I've also heard is incredible.
That's the one with the bird, right?
Yes.
The dude with the bird.
I heard it's so
Yeah,
good.
I keep like so when it first came out, it like obviously popped up.
We talked about it.
Yeah,
We were like,
yeah, we were
it
like,
looks okay.
yeah, like yeah, I'm sure maybe one day I'll check an episode or
Yeah.
two, and then since then I've heard nothing but amazing things
Yeah.
about it, and now I'm like, did I miss?
Did we
something?
fuck up?
Yeah, like
Did we pick the wrong anime to watch?
of all the shit we've watched since then that we've been like, it's either man, it's okay, or like could have watched something else, and that show's just been there,
That's
like
what we could have watched.
yeah, like hey, I still exist,
Yeah.
and it still gets recommended to me on Crunchyroll and I'm
All the
like,
time.
one day, and then I'll go watch.
Right now, I'm in gear. I have to finish stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have started it. But yeah, I kind of want to watch that. That
been
could be
watching
our
that.
next one.
Yeah, instead of fucking One Piece, but whatever.
Oh, yeah. And then I watched the first episode of Dawn to Dawn. I haven't watched the second episode yet. Have you watched the first?
I have not.
Okay. The intro goes hard as fuck.
I heard it. I heard the intro was super
It's
fucking good.
so good.
I've actually been holding off on that intentionally, kind of that
Okay.
and Bleach. So I haven't watched either of those.
Okay, well, I also watched Bleach. All I'm going to say is, holy fuck.
Does it just pop off right
It's
from the jump?
so insane. Because you already know what happens. I'm going to do this cryptically as best I can. You watch his dad.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I was like,
Sword in dad.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
And literally what just happened was
was like-
Ichigo technically killing him.
yeah. I was
Because
so
he's
confused
the
at first when you were like, I thought you meant like his dad gave him a watch, and I was like, what?
No.
I was like,
You watch or Yahweh, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah. Okay. I was
Or in
like,
Japanese, Yobabab.
yeah. I mean, it is just Yahweh, which is just
Right.
God.
So Yahweh,
Which literally just means God,
his
but-
dad.
Yeah, I remember-
God's dad.
yeah.
I didn't know. That's the best way I can do this
I didn't-
cryptically without giving anything, because
When
it's a
you-
huge spoiler.
Yeah, when you said it, I was thinking like Ichigo's dad doesn't give him a watch.
No.
Like, what are you talking?
Ichigo's dad doesn't give him shit.
I was like thinking of like, are you talking about like the Fullbringer or something?
No.
Are you sure you're watching the right show, bro?
Yeah, I promise.
I mean, very well played. It just took me a moment to catch
Yeah.
up to what you were saying.
So dope.
Has Aizen showed up?
Nope.
No.
I know it's coming though.
I'm trying to think of because then obviously
And-
I don't think he comes into. I know. I mean,
I think
obviously you've
Kenpachi's
seen
going to
him.
show up again soon because they showed the healer guy healing Kenpachi.
Yeah, he's not done.
I already know. Saw a fucking picture that
Yeah.
already spoiled it for me.
Oh,
I know what
I
he
showed
looks
you
like.
that one, didn't I?
No,
Oh, you're talking
you
about something
showed me before it happened. You showed me the frame of when he cuts it in half. I saw what he looks like with the Bankai, with the like.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Did I not show you that? Oh, okay.
I
I was going to, and you were like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to see it.
actually
Yeah.
saw it on Reddit.
Yeah, because I think I showed you his Shikai, and
Yes.
then I was like,
You
you want
showed
to
me
see
his
his
Shikai.
I was like,
Shikai's sick.
Yeah, I was like, you want to see his Bankai? You're like, absolutely not. I don't want to see that.
I
Don't
mean,
spoil it.
it's still gonna hit different when I see it on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see it animated
Yeah.
because his fight was animated in season 2. This is one of those shows where like they are doing such justice to the anime to make up. Like I'm gonna say it every season. This anime is doing so much justice to the manga,
yeah.
and that it is absurd. I'm glad they went seasonal instead of just doing weekly.
Yes, me too.
Because they are doing such a phenomenal job with this.
Facts.
That first season, Yaoi fight versus Ichigo went so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Fucking old man can never remember his fucking name. His fight with fucking Yaoi
Oh yeah.
in the first season.
Oh, my God.
my fucking
was
god!
so dope.
When he was showing the 4 directions of his fire,
Yamamoto.
like, and Yamamoto, when he first like touches down, dude, I was just like, okay, we're just fucking going hard now.
Yeah. So they just fought each other, but yeah, obviously they fought each other, and then he pulls the sword out after.
Yeah.
Anyway, I watched the first
And then
episode
he gives him
of
the watch, and he's like,
yeah,
Luke, I am your
he's
father.
like, hey, look at the time.
yeah, okay.
I watched the first episode of the new season of Blue Lock. It's dope. Expected. It's dope. It's gonna make a crazy season because their plan for this season. He took all the people from Blue Lock, all the strikers. They're gonna make them play as a team. Like they're playing a tournament to play as a team to then go against Japan's under 20 national team. And then the thing is, if they beat the under 20 national team, they become the national team. If they lose, Blue Lock goes away.
So this whole thing is just one giant tournament, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
very clearly. I
was
mean,
like,
there's some training, but like it's mainly like tournament.
Yeah,
after
because I was like,
tournament
all of
after
season
tournament.
1 was just a tournament.
Yeah.
So I was like, this sounds very familiar.
Yeah. It's dope.
Yeah, I really wish I could get more into that.
That's all right.
Like, I really like the concept of the show. I think
If you can just put the fact that there's no fucking story to the side and just watch the animation.
yeah, and it is like I think the animation's beautiful. I even like as dorky as it is, the inner monologues he's having the whole fucking time
Oh,
he's
yeah.
playing soccer.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's some issue is one, there's really no story. And then, so like, I can't get invested in the characters because all you have is soccer. So there's no, like every other sports anime that I've watched, there's some grander story to get involved with. Or like, like even like Haiku, there's like, them playing volleyball. There's tournaments, but there's also like competitions and like you meet the other teams and like there's a drive and a story. Whereas in this, the story is just like everyone wants to be
The best.
yeah. And that is the entire story. So like it's
And
hard
you
for
get
me
to see their like backgrounds a little bit. You didn't get far enough to see background stories.
Yeah,
of
I really
everybody.
didn't. But
and
like
everybody's like legit. Everybody's reasoning for wanting to be the best because everybody's is different.
yeah. But I feel like there's no like overarching story that really at
Not
least
to this point, no. I think the goal is they all want to become the national team.
well, yeah, I mean
That's the goal.
that's the whole setup is
Right.
that, but it's just my lack of interest in sports means that not saying it's a bad story for what it is, it's just not something interesting to me.
No, I can literally just turn my brain off and watch it because it's pretty.
Yeah, and I can't do that with sports
That's all right.
anime.
It's for me then.
Yeah.
And then the last anime thing that I watched the first 2 episodes of Uzumaki.
I did watch that.
Did you watch the first 2 or
First 3.
because 3 of them are
I've
out?
seen the
I
first
haven't-
3.
I just finished episode 2 today.
Okay. Thoughts?
So good. So fucking good.
So it is so remember we talked about how way the house husband sucked because it's basically just took the manga panels and then
Yeah.
animated.
Yeah.
This is basically that with a little bit animation.
more
in between.
movement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because even
definite
like
movement.
I've seen people talking about how the animation's so stiff and all that. I'm like, they pretty much just took the manga panels directly and then just storyboarded those and put motion in between them. But 90% of it is literally just the freeze frames from the manga.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm okay with that though because
Yeah.
there's way more movement than what they did with House Husband.
yeah, this is like the
House
perfect
Husband was literally like
stills. And then it felt like kids holding action figures
Yeah,
and
it was
moving them.
fucking horrible.
Yeah. So it's like it's just enough to like be animated, but also since it's so stilted and still, they can keep the quality of Junji Ito's like drawings in theirs, and like keep it just as graphic and everything.
and it's in black and white.
Yeah, which I love too.
It's so good, dude. The last episode I watched was the lighthouse.
Oh yeah. Where like the light turns on at the end. Yeah. That was the only thing I was disappointed with is how they animated the actual light spinning, the beacon in the lighthouse from like the manga panels. Like I was one of those like expectation things. Like the artwork of the lighthouse in the manga is so good that it was hard to like do it in motion.
Right,
so that was like I felt like that was the only time that I felt like a genuine dip in the quality of the artwork compared to the manga just to animate that. Yeah. But if you go look at the manga panel of it, you're like, yeah, I get why they kind of dulled this down a little.
If they ever do Hunter x Hunter, like more of the manga, like adaptation, they're not gonna. You're gonna have to remember they're not gonna be able to do that. Especially that big wide panel where they look at the fucking ship and then there's like city and port and shit like that.
Yeah.
There's no way they'll be able to.
And then when they show like the 5 tiers of the whale, and all that shit,
they're never going to be able to do that shit because it's too good.
Which is so weird. So, I mean, I'm almost jealous that you're getting to read like the updated like drawing version of it. You know what I mean? Because like some of the stuff when it came out just did not look good. And now it's like obviously all of this he's gone back and touched up when like in his downtime when he's healthier on the volume stuff. And I'm like, some of those panels like. I've been like just random when we were talking about like look up what you're talking about and I'm like, oh, this looks way better than I remember it looking. Like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, sounds better.
Like I forgot this dude can actually draw when his back's not broken. Jesus. Oh,
that's what's too is like you kept talking about how like you can tell when the quality dips. I'm like, yeah, I can, but it's not a huge dip. But that's because he retouched everything.
Yeah, all the volumes he like upgraded. But yeah, if you go just Google like original, like, and some of it is like it looks like a rough sketch, and he's like, "Fuck it, it's good enough." He's like, it's a panel of dialogue. They're just going to be reading it anyways.
That's what's funny is like I'm surprised. There's a couple where it's like Jesus, that's bad, but it's like because it's one character's head and it's
a
just a
bubble.
ton of dialogue, and you see like a weird face, like he fucks up the dude's face, and he's like, "You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you know who it is." There's been 2 characters in this room.
Yeah, there's a couple of characters. Well, I don't know if I want to say he's the big bad of where we currently are. I feel like they're building him up, but with Hunter x Hunter, it's hard to tell. I'm not gonna give spoilers, but like, I really know if he is going to be the big bad.
There's 2 people that I think are the big. I can't tell if Beyond's a big bad or just kind of like a jackass. The guy I think is the big bad, but this is where I am. I'm still 30 chapters from being completely caught up. Is Prince number 1?
Oh, that's
it's either Prince number 1 or Prince number
4.
4.
Yeah, 4.
It's one of those 2.
Has it shown
4 is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, have you seen the panel of him in his room?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that
Jesus Christ, when he gets like the random hookers, they weren't even hookers; they were like princesses or some shit.
Insurrect? Can't remember what his
I don't know. Who fucking cares? The guy that Crappia is gonna kill.
Yeah. So like him, like he does a really good job when he wants a villain to look like a villain because some of the panels of him, he looks disgusting.
Yeah, but then like Prince number 1 looks fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when because now they have all of their nin beasts.
Their nin beasts, yeah.
Yeah. So you see like that dude's fucking nin beast was terrifying. He has the one that has the really long neck.
Oh, yeah.
Creepy as
I'm trying to think of which one has is it the 4th Prince Ansarek that has the one where it's like.
This is the one that has the long neck.
No, I'm thinking of the 4th Prince.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Who's the one that has the one that just looks like it looks like a palm tree of titties?
I think that's 2.
Yeah.
It's been a while since 2 or 3.
It's been a couple years since I read them all.
Yeah.
And there's 14 of them with 14 nen beasts, so it's kind of hard to like keep up with all of them.
I think it's 2 because 3 is a prince, but it's a woman prince, and hers is creepy. It's like a bunch of little like they almost look like the tree
or is the
spirits.
King Ansarek?
No, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, his is disgusting too.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah. So it's explained the secession war to you completely now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're mostly caught up. You're at the point where like you understand the premise of this arc. I mean, caught up like in where the story's going.
He's trying to crown a fucking new king,
and you understand how it works and all that.
Yeah, they got to kill each other.
Yeah. Well, yes, but no.
Yes, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, they can't just, because you can't say like that. They're not allowed to kill each other.
It's yes, but yes.
It's like we have to kill each other.
It's
but with subterfuge.
it's yes with subtitle.
Yeah.
With like an asterisk.
Like we have to legally kill each other.
Correct.
Yeah. Which I think is like such a weird, I kind of love
it's
how
a
like
crazy concept.
Yeah. And it's, never mind. I'll just,
it's good.
And Paris is back and just like,
Yeah.
you don't like him either?
Yeah.
I think he's a good villain.
He's
a good, okay, I wouldn't say he's a good villain. He's a good antagonist for Jing.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Because like, has Jin made the point about where I don't know, it's hard, I don't remember exactly what order, but like where Jing talks about like how he could just beat the shit out of him, but he knows like Paris would just smile. Yeah. Yes. Like I love that line.
Paris would get hard.
Yeah. Basically.
Paris wants that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I all I care about at this point is Kurapika. Kurapika's a dog.
He's the main character now. So
I'm fine with it. At first I was like, why the fuck did the main character just stop being the main character?
I told you you're going to be okay with it.
I am okay with it because I already liked Kurapika. I am bummed that I don't get Killua anymore.
Yeah.
That bums me out because I love Killua. But Kurapika is perfectly fine. Kurapika is such a dog.
Yeah.
And they make him way more of a dog in the manga.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
cool in the show. He's way cooler in the 90s version. The old, or 2001, sorry, not 90s. Right? The OG?
Yeah, it's like 2001 then 2011.
Yeah, I think it's like
2000. Like a decade apart.
The OG, the first one, he's way more of a badass in that. He's not much of a badass in the newer version.
Yeah, they kind of like, other than
they kitty it up a little
he has
bit.
that his one fight where
when he fucks up the big
Wolverine
Wolverine guy. Yeah.
And then he's like, when he's just like burying him and shit.
Yeah.
And then I do like how like when you meet him again, he's like, yeah, I got all these eyes, and I just decided that I'm just not going to kill people anymore. I don't need to.
Okay.
And I'm like, he hasn't said that line yet. Oh, sorry, did I spoil that? I thought he said that already.
I don't know, maybe, but I don't
Has
remember.
he talked about like tracking down all the eyes yet?
Yeah, that's why he's killing 4.
Yeah, but no, he's talked about how like he got the rest of the eyes without killing anybody.
Oh yeah, well he was in the mob. Well, he was basically in charge of a mob family.
Yeah, but I can't remember. There's one point where he talks about how, like, yeah, like I went and I basically collected all the eyes except for what the fourth prince has. And he's talking about how, like, he basically, like, doesn't necessarily vow off killing, but said, like, he was
definitely
able to
killed some people.
He was like,
but he didn't.
It's like, even people that swore they never got, I convinced them without having to kill them. And I'm just like, I kind of want to see this.
If I see your 4 different chains, yeah, I'm good with it. All right, that's it for anime. Now for the live action stuff. I watched Friday the 13th Part 3.
I completely forgot you were watching those.
I was watching those. I don't think I watched 4 yet. No, I watched 3. And then I texted Tim. I was like, do I need to watch any more of these?
What do you want out of it?
I mean, like at this point, I know it's just going to hit like shitty. It's going to be bad after this.
I think from the third one on, because this is the third or fourth when he goes to New York. That's the fourth. Yeah.
That's my next one.
Yeah, so that's when it gets pretty consistent of Jason being Jason. Because like the lore kind of gets solidified. Because the first 3 kind of jumps all over the place.
The first 3, it's just Silver Lake. It's just Camp Silver Lake. They keep going back to Camp Silver Lake.
Yeah, and then from 4 on, I think it's when he's just like, yeah, Jason's just this monster that comes out of the lake and just goes on a rampage.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm debating. Tim says I should watch the one where he goes to space, Jason X.
Oh and my God, it was so bad.
Yeah, he said I should watch it just because it was bad.
It's one of those movies that I would say, it's like
and Freddy vs. Jason are the 2 he said I
like Freddy vs. Jason. People
that's what he said too.
Yeah.
He said that's one I need to watch. He said he actually likes Freddy vs. Jason. Jason X you just have to watch because it's so bad.
But you have to watch Jason Goes to Hell before you watch Freddy vs. Jason. It's okay.
Do I need to watch any of the fucking Nightmare on Elm Street ones? Do I need to watch any Freddy movies?
At least the first 2 for Freddy versus Jason. Because really all you just need
that's why I asked him and he didn't give me an answer.
Yeah, you just really need to watch the first 2 because it gives Freddy's backstory, like who he is and what he is if you don't know it. Because it does kind of play into Freddy versus Jason specifically.
Doesn't he like don't they like a bunch of kids like lock him in a fucking
no, so they
thing and like set it on fire,
like a child like pedophile, like murdered kids and pedophile, and so like the adults in the town take him to a boiler room and set him on fire.
Oh,
so that's his backstory, and then his spirit basically starts attacking the kids, teenagers in town's dreams, And so I don't know if you want me. It's
No,
not really a spoiler.
that's enough.
Okay. So
I'll
yeah,
watch them.
if you know that, then you kind of need to see a
I'm
little
just gonna
more.
watch the first two.
Yeah, then you'll.
That's
you'll,
good
you'll-
enough.
Yeah.
I think I can handle those.
Because then Freddy versus Jason explains. You need to watch that, and then like I said, you need to watch Jason Goes to Hell, because this movie is a follow up to pretty much both of those. Everything after that for Nightmare on Elm Street is irrelevant to the like lore of him.
All right.
And then everything else, Freddy literally explains in the movie as
Okay.
you're watching it.
And then I was like, hey, let me watch some more stuff. And I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the OG one. The one that people say is the greatest horror movie of all
It is
time.
not a good
Psych.
movie. Yeah,
it's
is.
fine. It's not bad, but it's definitely not top.
I think
I would be like maybe top 10.
I could see it having been good when it came out, just in that hostile way of like shock factor.
Yeah, in
But
the
like-
70s.
Yeah, but like there are some like The Thing from the 80s. Genuinely good movie.
so good.
Holds up. I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a teenager and I was like, I don't get it.
It's
I just
fine.
don't get it.
I didn't write it down, but we did watch Scream 2. It's not as good as the first one.
No.
Like at all.
None of them are good at
They
it.
were reaching for that storyline.
Yeah, Scream 1 was amazing. Scream 2 was okay. And then from there on, it's just that with that one kid, there's always that dude that shows up and like starts explaining how horror movie themes work for the movie. And then immediately just takes me out of the movie.
Yep.
So I'm like,
Yep. He did that in this one too.
and they do it in the third one
With
as well.
Dewey. They both did.
Yeah. And
Yeah. So I might watch the third one because she said she was okay with watching the first 3 because they were fine. And then after that, I don't think I want to because the first one was so fucking good. And maybe I just thought the second one was going to be even close to that. And it really fucking wasn't.
I don't remember what, but there's one more that's decent. I like the first 2. First one was great. Second one was okay. And I don't remember which one, but there's one other one that's pretty decent.
I think 4 is what somebody told me.
Couldn't tell you off the top
Or
of my
like the
head.
brand new one was okay.
I've not seen the brand new one, so I can't speak to that.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I feel like there's not a whole lot of storyline going on at this point. It's just somebody's a murderer. Who's it going to be now? An ant?
Who wants to kill Sydney today?
I do love that in the pictures of the first 2, at least because I haven't watched the third one yet, but the first 2, one of the people that's shown in the fucking picture, like the poster, dies immediately. In the first one, I
Drew
mean, it's
Barrymore?
old enough. Drew Barrymore
It's
is
not
in
like
there.
a spoiler.
And she dies immediately. And then in the second one, it's that dumb bitch that Will Smith's married to. I won't
Jada.
say her.
Oh,
I
yeah.
won't say her name. Fuck that whore. But she dies immediately
From the movie theater, yeah.
Her and her boyfriend die like immediately
Why do I remember that?
because it's the beginning of the movie.
That's a very good point, yeah.
And then see what other scary stuff. I watched 2 other scary things.
You are really just taking advantage
It's October,
of
bro.
I know.
October. I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I did not like that
It's
movie.
not good. Dude.
No.
She-
That's the one
she
with
loves
Sarah Michelle Gellar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what they were like, they killed a guy in the car or whatever, and it's like his dad or brother or some shit like that.
It's I had her explain it to me because I didn't fully understand. So the guy they thought they killed actually got murdered by the guy that they did kill. It's very, very confusing. Somebody's daughter died and they blamed the guy who was the brother of that like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
And then he actually got killed by the dad of the daughter. And then they hit somebody in the car. They thought it was the kid, the brother, but it was actually the dad that murdered him right after he murdered him. And they threw him in the water. He didn't die. And then he came back and started killing all of them.
Oh, I thought they did kill the guy and it's the dude's dad or something.
No.
It's
They didn't kill anybody.
okay.
They actually didn't kill anybody. That's the whole thing. They thought they killed somebody, but they never did.
See, yeah, I don't remember the end. I only remember the beginning. So
You ain't missing anything.
I just remember
Some of the
it's not
kills
good.
were cool, but other than that, it's not worth watching.
What was the? Because I always used to get that, and it was like urban legends or urban myths or whatever. The one where like the killer's doing like killing everyone based on like urban myths.
Oh, I mean that they talk about the urban myths in the beginning, and that's why the hook is there, because there's tapping of the hook.
Yeah, well, you used to always get it's like called urban legends or urban myths. It's another movie where like the killer is killing everyone based on like urban legends. And I used to always get those two movies mixed up. But the urban legends, urban myths, whatever it's called, it's gonna bother me. That movie I genuinely liked.
Okay.
And I used to always get those two mixed. Yeah, literally called Urban Legend. Came out in 98. That movie I genuinely do like.
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's basically that movie.
But good.
Yes.
Cool. I'm in. Because I feel like had potential, but just wasn't good. They just had, I mean, you just had Jennifer Love Huge Tits in it.
Yeah. I just picture they wrote like a really cool like bass line and then did so much coke when they actually wrote the screenplay.
Well, yeah, and then they got a lot of good fucking actors in it.
Well, yeah. It was weird because I was like during that time when like good actors. Like, I remember like most like teen actors or good actors started in horror movies, but like those people that were like already kind of famous. So it was like back then, like horror movies were like you could be an actual actor or a good actor or a known actor and be in a good horror movie. Yeah. Whereas nowadays, like if you're in a horror movie, you're like either starting your career or it's the end of your career, and there's no in between.
Well, I feel like now there is in between, but that's because I think there's a resurgence in horror movies. I think people love horror movies now, so now they like started to care. I do remember the like mid to late 2000s though. It was like that. Like you just were a nobody.
Yeah, I feel like the only exception is like it even still to this day. A lot of times it's if it's a remake. Like Evil Dead or It or fucking like all these like, you know, because now like check the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the only time you'll get like an actual currently still active like semi-popular actor in it is if it's a remake of like a classic.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
But everything's a remake nowadays, so kind of hits both marks.
True. The other scary thing I watched was called It's What's Inside. It's this new like psychological thriller on Netflix. Pretty decent. It was a mind fuck. Do you want to know the premise?
Yeah. You're finally talking about something I don't know about, so I'm excited now.
I went into it not knowing literally anything.
So should I do that before you speak to me?
It's kind of more fun if you go into it not knowing anything. It's entertaining. I enjoyed myself watching it.
And what's it called
just
again?
It's What's Inside.
It's What's Inside.
It's just a mind fuck. No actors that I knew. Nobody in that movie I knew who they were. So it was entertaining.
Okay.
It was entertaining. It was shot really pretty. The story was kind of dumb, but it's not about the story. It's about what happens. Like the background story and the plot is just like whatever.
It's like dressing.
Yeah, it's a psychological thriller, and it's kind of a mind fuck.
I like those kind of.
Yeah,
because most psychological thrillers really aren't.
Yeah, and then like thriller. At the end, you're like, but wait, wait, hold on. Like they don't fully answer everything.
I love when movies don't do that.
Yeah, so you're left speculating. Like there's Reddit like threads that are like who is yada 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 yada, and it's just like people's theories.
I feel like the issue nowadays is like I feel like people that write movies and direct movies think everyone in the world is just dumb.
Oh, they spoon feed stuff now.
Yeah, like there's 100%. No subtlety. The ending is there's no ambiguity. It's like, hey, this is what happened, correct. Literal, and like no matter how correct. Much of a mystery or deep it is, like by the end of the movie, someone usually sits in a chair somewhere and tells you everything that you might have missed and explains exactly what's happening. You're like, well, you kind of just ruined like
unless that's part of the story, like unless it's Glass Onion and that's part of it.
Yeah, like mysteries like that. But I mean like movies like psychological thrillers where like it's supposed to be ambiguous. So like the ending could be like open interpretation.
Yes.
Nowadays in movies, someone sits down and just tells you before the credits roll and you're like, well, like now I have nothing to think about.
No, this one's like it tells you a lot, but it doesn't tell you everything. It's
I need
end like really threw me.
I need you to feed me enough that I can understand the world I'm in, where I can come to my own conclusion. Don't just tell me everything. Let me think. Yeah. Let me have a thought. Let me watch this and feel something and think something.
Yeah.
I just don't get that anymore. Is that it for you?
No, I have two more things that I
Jesus
watched.
Christ.
I watched Grand Tour, which is, you know what Grand Tour is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I watched the final one. I've been putting it off because I didn't want to cry because it's the last one. I watched it. It was so good, so good because they
Did you cry?
I came pretty goddamn close. They ended the whole Grand Tour, like the whole series. They finished what they had to do for the special, and then they finished it in the same spot that they finished the very first special they ever did, like when they were still doing Top Gear. And then they found two of their cars still there.
That's actually kind of impressive.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Didn't that dude get canceled?
No, he just had dementia.
I just remember because isn't that
They
why
tried to cancel him, but no.
That's why Top Gear ended, right?
No, because he had dementia. He has dementia, and he wanted to go leave and be on his farm. No, he's definitely not canceled.
I thought he did or said something super bad.
No.
I never really. I'm like all of my Top Gear is internet clips. I've never sat down and watched.
You should watch this final Grand Tour. It's on Prime. It's very good. Yeah. It's very, very good.
Yeah, I remember when it started on Prime, people were so excited that Top Gear is coming back, and
yeah, because they stopped being on Top Gear, and then they started the Grand Tour. Excuse me. Yeah,
it was Jeremy something. His name?
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, I just remember when it came back, it was all over the internet. People were so excited, all the gearheads, we got our show back, and I was like, I remember the show being cool. I remember the premise of it being really cool.
Oh, the original Top Gear with them was awesome. Yeah. And then when they stopped being them and it was what's his name from the Friends? I can't remember his name. Matt LeBlanc started being the new Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, dude, it was bad.
I like Matt LeBlanc, but it
was bad. Yeah. It was just genuinely a bad
He's not
show.
even British.
That's what I'm saying. It was just not a good show.
Yeah. Because they were funny too was the big thing that I liked about it. They wasn't just gearhead shows. The dudes made jokes about stuff. They pulled pranks. And they just look like it was one of those shows where you could tell they weren't just doing a show to do a show. They genuinely were having fun. And I'll always enjoy I wouldn't call it reality, but non-actor driven show where the people are having fun doing what they're doing.
Well, you're gonna like this episode.
Okay,
it's very good. I mean, it's a special, so it's an hour and a half. It's like a movie.
Ooh, I like movies.
Yes.
I watch movies.
Yeah. And then the last thing that I watched was Inside Out 2. I don't know if you've seen Inside Out.
Never seen, I know what they are. I've never seen either of them.
It was good.
That just caught me off guard.
It was very good. She wanted to watch it, and I was like, oh, well, I've seen the first one. I've been wanting to see the second one, too.
I didn't know you'd seen the first one.
Yeah. I like Disney movies.
I mean, I didn't say you didn't. I just...
Yeah, it was good.
Just didn't think you like Disney movies. I don't know why.
I don't know why either, because I love Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Essentially the anime version of Disney.
Yeah, but a lot of anime fans like Eastern versions of things that we have in America and don't like the Western version of those very same things.
You got to remember that I'm essentially your age, and I grew up watching all
I never
the Disney
forget
classics.
that because you call me old all the time, and I'm like, bitch.
True. Oh, ironically, so my dad still has all the VHS tapes, and he you know how VHSs are big now for some fucking weird reason. Well, there's basically a first edition fucking release of Disney movies. They have a triangle, a black triangle that says the classics on it. Those specifically go for a shit ton of money, and we have 4 of them.
I had a bunch of those growing up. One of those shitty plastic containers open from the side.
As long as they have that diamond that says the classics, they're worth a lot more than just regular ones.
I gotta call my mom. See, she
has
all my old Disney VHSs. I'm sure she doesn't.
She might. My dad had all of them. He has all of them.
Yeah, but
all of them.
It's
crazy.
My mom's not really that nostalgic, so I really.
Yeah, my dad is.
Yeah, so she's not really that type, so I doubt she has them.
And then that's all I finished watching. Do you want me to go over what I read, or you want to do your?
I mean, you're on your hour long speed run, so let's keep it going.
All right, I'll speed run these. I finished reading Helldivers. Honestly, fucking awesome. It was really good, and it ended so poetically.
And we agree that's not.
It's definitely not the game.
Okay,
it's definitely not the game. I do think it's hilarious because they go down to because it's Earth, post-apocalyptic Earth. People dropped a bunch of fucking bombs, and Earth is.
So there's no bug people.
No, there's not. They're not bug people.
So there's no like.
There is
Like Tyranid style bugs. Like the swarm style bugs. Because that's what it is in Helldivers.
Yeah, it's like
Maybe it is.
Have you seen A Quiet Place?
Yes.
Okay, so think of those things, and some of them can fly.
You sure it's not the same Helldivers universe as the game?
It's not, because it's stated that it's not.
Okay.
And they get thrown onto Earth. In Helldivers, it's not Earth.
Yeah, you go to
their planet.
Yeah.
So this is like
And bring them fucking democracy, baby.
yeah. No, this shit gets crazy, and they go down to what they call Hades, and you find out what like city it is, and they don't. It's ancient to them, so they don't know how to pronounce the names, and it's so fucking funny. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Chicago, and they don't know how to pronounce it, so it's like Chicago, Illinois, and then they see.
I mean, yeah, think about like how
describe
dumb
a
our
Pepsi
name.
logo, and they're like, it just says PEPSI. I don't know what it means. They describe seeing tanks. It's so fucking funny and so random, but it's really fucked up. And the guy that they got to do the audiobook, it's the best voice because it's like very raspy, and he could be a character, and you would not be surprised. I'm halfway done with Pet Sematary.
I forgot you were reading.
Pretty
Stephen
fucked.
King.
Pretty fucked.
And you said you're going to read it, then watch the movie, right? Because you've never watched
Correct.
the movie? Yeah.
Correct. I might watch Salem's Lot or read Salem's Lot so I can watch it because I heard the new one's good. Obviously, I've been reading Hunter x Hunter. We talked about that already. Yeah. And now that I'm done with my audiobook of Helldivers, I've been listening to The Fellowship of the Ring, and it's read by Andy Serkis.
Not bad.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome in everything.
They are just now leaving the Shire. In the book, I like forget that it's technically so long after Bilbo's birthday that they finally leave. So like in the movie, Bilbo's birthday celebration happens. He disappears. He drops the ring, and then like the next night, fucking Frodo leaves.
Yeah. So it's not like that in the book?
In the book, it's like fucking 30 years.
Okay, I didn't. No.
It is. Oh, no, it's not 30 years. Let me backtrack. It is 17 years. But still a long fucking time.
Yeah, the movie's definitely skimmed over that.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious to see like your takeaway from this with how like everyone talks about how much, they had to cut out for the movies.
I mean, like, it's different, but it's not like drastically different. A lot of the lines, like a lot of the dialogue is the same.
Yeah, I just heard like there's a lot of the unnecessary stuff, like the lore and world building gets cut out. Like if it's not critical to the main story, it gets kind of cut out from like the movie. So I'm just curious to see like how much of that, like I wouldn't say irrelevant, but like how much of it would or would not have had an impact on the overall
Correct.
story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
so far, so good.
Yeah, because I feel like Harry Potter, from what I know of the books, like they cut out a lot of things for characters that get introduced in the movies that you knew about in the books in a way where like, so I even remember watching the movie, especially like the
movies are definitely for people that read the books.
Yeah, because like in the later half, like I call it the darker era of Harry Potter, where like characters start showing up and everyone just knows who they are, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is this guy? What the fuck are they talking about? You know, and, like the theme of it, like was like the Half-Blood Prince or whatever. Like I remember like watching the movie, and like I never really understood what that meant. But I guess the book does a way better job of explaining that title, and I'm just like, cool, like I guess. Yeah. Like, I still don't really know who the Half-Blood Prince is or why they're that. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is he the Half-Blood Prince?
Because he is a half-blood.
Oh.
And he named himself the Half-Blood Prince. That was his book. That potions book that Harry gets in that movie.
Yeah.
That was Snape's book. That's why he's the potions master, and he calls himself the Half-Blood Prince.
I was like, I don't know if I just missed it. The movies just didn't do a good job of
because he's half blood. Like I think his mom is a Muggle and his dad was fucking pure
do the
blood.
movies cover that?
Yeah, very very briefly.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
I was like, I guess I did. My turn.
Yeah.
Anime. So I went back and finished the Chunin exams and the Konoha Crush arc.
Are you done with Naruto? Because I feel like at this point you should be done.
No, I only watched those two, that half arc, and I mean they're kind of all roll into one arc.
Hence why I just assumed you'd finished it.
No, that's all I've watched.
Okay.
Just an arc and a half.
Okay.
I did not watch any One Piece. I watched Uzumaki. I've seen all 3 episodes.
Yep.
Trying to think. I didn't really watch a lot of anime. I watched a lot of live action, but I kind of took a break from anime. Just I was gone a lot, and then I've been getting up at like 5:30, going to bed like 8:30. It's kind of been nice. So what I have been watching, and I'm almost done with, and I've been binging it, is I went back and started rewatching the DBZ Abridged.
On YouTube?
Yeah, because like I don't know why, but like the whole playlist just popped up in my recommended one day, and I'm like, I'm not even subscribed to Team 4-Star or whatever, but I was like, oh, I forgot how funny this was. It pretty much ends at the Cell Saga. They didn't do the Boo Saga. They kind of did like a bunch of mini clips but never finished it. But I forgot like how it's not that good pretty much until they get to, well, pretty much once Vegeta shows up.
Yeah.
And he's just like sells the whole show. Yeah. So I'm all the way up to Perfect Cell, and they're about to start the tournament. So I'm almost done with it. But I pretty much just sat there and binged this fucking show, and I'm like, I should be watching anime right now, but I can't watch anime.
I mean, you are watching anime.
Yeah. And I forgot, like, I've told multiple people, like, if you like DBZ but don't want to watch the whole show, there are some references that require you to have seen the OG, but it actually, as funny as it is, as much as it mocks it, it actually does of all the abridged shows I've ever seen, probably does the best job.
Trust me, I've considered just watching that.
Yeah, of like doing like genuinely telling you everything of the story that's relevant while making jokes about it. And like you genuinely could watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged and then go argue with someone about Dragon Ball and basically have the same level of knowledge.
Yeah, I know. I've considered doing that because Dragon Ball Z is pretty long.
Oh, it's so long. It's so long. I remember you saying you were gonna watch that eventually.
It's not so long. It's not that much longer than Dragon Ball.
I guess it just feels long. I think it's the Boo arc. The Boo arc feels so fucking long.
Right. So like I've considered just doing abridged
because abridged kind of ends after Cell Saga though.
Right.
And
so
if you watch,
I can watch that until it ends and then go over to the fucking.
I mean, honestly, especially now that you're watching it, you generally would be okay to do that and pick up from the Boo Saga and really miss nothing like at all. Like I could, yeah.
And I'm not really missing anything animation wise.
No, because all the best parts and things worth watching are in this. The only thing is the Boo Saga is definitely when it takes a dip and it drags. Like,
it's okay.
Even when it's not filler, it feels like filler because it's just so long. And then they really stretch out a lot of the fights in the Boo Saga.
But here's the thing with if I watch Dragon Ball Z, I'm just gonna. Excuse me. It's just going to be like if I don't feel like reading. That's what it's going to be. At this point in Dragon Ball, I just like, I want to finish it. But what I might do when I finish that and I'm like, oh, I watch Dragon Ball Z, it'll be like, I want to watch a show that I care about. Like I'll watch Monster, right? Till I finish it. And then when I don't feel like reading, I'll throw on Dragon Ball Z. Once I'm done with fucking Black Clover. I only have like 60 episodes of Black Clover. I can finish that shit.
Only 60.
I just want to I want it off my fucking like watch list. I just need it gone. I want to stop looking at it.
I have so much shit on my watch list.
I'm just pissed that Mushishi is fucking gone.
Oh, Mushishi.
Yeah, Mushishi.
Yeah, Mushishi, yeah. I can never remember. I always have to think MUSHI/SHI, right?
Tack Edge. SHI, yeah.
I can always picture his face with the white hair.
But. Yeah, Mushi. I want to finish that.
Yeah. I thought you did.
No, they fucking took it off of Hulu. And Crunchyroll only has season 2.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I've never seen the second season. I didn't know there was a second season until you said that. I've only ever seen the first. So you've never finished the first season?
No, they took it off Hulu before I did. I'm halfway through. I mean, like I know I'm not. It doesn't matter.
It matters.
Oh well.
I mean, I'm not saying it matters for season 2. I'm saying it matters. Like season 1 as a whole story matters. Like I don't know how much.
I thought it was just fucking. It just seemed so.
It is. I mean, it's
episodic.
It is the whole way through. But I'm saying like any episodic anime that's a whole season. Like it matters for the quality of the show. I mean,
I'm gonna finish it eventually. I mean, I'll go yo ho ho it. I found a yo ho ho website, so I can do that.
I'm not saying it matters in some like existential like manner. I'm just saying like it's a good show, so it matters in like you're missing out on quality anime by not watching the other half. Oh, well, I don't know if it impacts the second season.
It's gonna stay on my watch list, so until I finish it.
Yeah, that's what I meant by it matters, not like the episodic relevance of it. Just in like, no, it's a good show. You should finish it.
I mean, I will eventually.
Let's see, what else did I watch? I finished Boruto.
Okay.
So I started rewatching that, and then I stopped. And then I was gonna watch One Piece, and I was like, I'm just gonna finish. So I've gone through all of the manga canon episodes, which is very short. And
12.
Now that you caught up, now that you caught up on the manga, I actually highly recommend you go watch just the manga canon anime. And I promise you,
in a day.
And I promise
I'm pretty sure it's like 20 episodes.
Yeah, it's not long. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I just like I'm gonna just finish this before I get back into One Piece or anything else. It's just good, man. I mean, I know you're hooked on the manga now.
Oh my god, the manga is so fucking good.
Yeah, and I'm like the next chapter, like leaks already starting to come out. So
I'm not paying attention to shit.
I don't look at the leaks.
It comes out next week.
Yeah, well, I get excited for when I see the leaks, not to see them, but I get excited that lets me know like we're a week away from our release.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because the leaks aren't leaks. It's just the people translating the Japanese one. So that means in a week we'll get it. And I'm like licking my lips like, yeah, buddy, here it comes.
It's going to be good.
Because this last fucking chapter was pretty fucking fire. Yeah. You read the last one, right? Where what's his name? The fucking snake dude with the M.
Yeah. When he gives him the fucking key.
Yeah. And he like punched him in the stomach. And then he's just like, all right, bitches, I'm out. And just like bounces immediately. Like, yeah. I was a little sad that like after trying not to spoil it really, the big battle ended or whatever, and it kind of like reveals Kashin Koji's like power. Or like his Kashin Koji, like his was 1,000 eyes or whatever it's called or whatever, his 10 path powers. And I was like, and it showed like all the different timelines. I was like, holy fuck, dude. And then going into that, like I did not think it was going that direction with him. Neither. So I was kind of curious why he came back in the story, because like in the manga, after he fights Jigen / Ashiki, he kind of like, oh, he died or whatever, he's irrelevant. And then in Two Blue Vortex, he comes back. And then obviously I get why he needed a mentor with what happened to Sasuke, but I was like, I literally thought he was just going to be kind of like OG Jiraiya, where he's going to show up, be a mentor, train Boruto like the OG one trained Naruto. And then I figured like, oh, they're not just going to kill him because they already did that trope. Right. He's just going to fuck off. You know what I mean? Boruto's going to go do his thing. And then they just showed up like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm still here. And I have this like ubermensch fucking power that's like, I wouldn't say is as good as Ada's power, because obviously her omnipotence is pretty OG. But I think of Clearly. all of Shibai's powers so far, he has the second best one.
Yeah.
And I like how like they kind of like, yeah, we're not doing the training arc. We're just going to explain why Boruto is so strong. Like it talks about like the backstory of Sasuke training him.
Right.
And then like his thing of like why Boruto learned everything so fast and became so strong. So I do like that they're like, modern manga doesn't do training arcs, but we're just going to let you know that we did have
we did train.
Yeah, we did, it was off screen, but there's a reason why he's so strong. So I'm excited for that. I've read 401? Whatever the new 10 chapters of Hunter x Hunter, I read the first one.
401.
Yeah, I don't know if 402 is out yet.
I don't know if it is either. I don't think it is.
I don't think so, but I can't. I need you to catch up. Cause
dude, it's a lot.
I know.
It's like every time I think about, I should read some Hunter x Hunter right now. Ugh, I don't want. It's so much dialogue.
It's like one of those things where like it's
so much dialogue.
It's so much dialogue, but like much happened.
I know, and it's very rewarding when you get to the end, because like these last 20 chapters have been very rewarding to read.
But it's also like you almost need like a chart pack to keep up with,
bro.
Yeah, this last chapter just
worth the wait.
Apps 100%. Like within one chapter, I was just like, he still got it, baby. He still fucking got it.
Well, he's had the story in the chamber for fucking years.
Yeah, but like literally so much happened. Well, okay, not so much happened. So much like plot development happened in this one fucking chapter that I was, because like when the last was it 10 or whatever that came out, the first one was kind of like it kind of built up to something happening. And then this one's just like, nope, these 10 are just going to be straight fire all the way through if they keep this pace.
Well, he probably knows he's on a clock, so he's probably trying to rush to finish it.
Yeah, like this one is just straight. It's very dialogue heavy, but
of course it fucking
I don't think there's ever like we're
at the point where no chapter is going to be without a shit ton of dialogue.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the next. I'm kind of curious to see when the next big fight happens because the last really big fight was Hisoka and Crollo,
and there was a fuck ton of dialogue.
Yeah, so I'm curious if they're gonna keep that going because like a lot of it's been world building, but like at this point, I was like, all right, we kind of got some world building. There'll be some reveals and all this, and then in this one, it is. I wouldn't say world building, but so much plot building is in this episode that I was just like, every time I turn a page, I was like, oh my God, turn a page, oh my God, turn a page, oh my God. Like, I'm sounding dramatic, but when you read it, you'll understand.
Yeah.
Everything that's happened to where you are and in those 30 chapters basically has built to this single chapter in like the most insane way possible. Fuck, it was good. It's like, you don't understand, dude. I was like, literally like,
I do understand because I've read more now. I totally understand.
So now you get why, like,
I get it. It's just so much. It's just like it's a big undertaking because it's like I could just continue to read a novel that I've been reading.
I told you it turns into a light novel. It stops being a manga.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, is like, oh, let me get a couple of chapters of manga in real quick. No, I'm getting maybe one chapter in, and I could probably, like, I sat down and read probably 5 or 10 chapters while I was in California, but like that was a long time. That's why I didn't finish fucking Pet Cemetery because I sat down and read more fucking Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, like reading Hunter x Hunter, you're like, oh, I can like. The size of the chapter might be this. That's
it's only 20 pages.
Yeah, well, that's when we were talking about like you're asking like how long the chapters were. Like I was kind of confused on how to explain it, and I was like, I mean, it's the same size, but
it's like, not the same size because some monthly fucking shonens are 50 pages.
Yeah, but I mean, this is
some weekly, but some weekly shonens are fucking 35 pages, and some are like 15. Yeah, so I wanted to know.
So like, but that's the issue. So
I understand it's 20 pages, but it's not 20 pages.
Yeah, it's 20 pages, but the dialogue is equivalent to like a 50-page manga.
Easily a monthly.
Like having Boruto come out monthly with how content rich it is equivalent to a Hunter x Hunter chapter when it was coming out weekly, which is
fucking insanity.
Yeah, which is
no wonder he wore himself out.
Yeah, what's I'm saying? Like, I get why he couldn't keep this pace, both in like not even just artwork, just plot development, storyline. That is, I mean, what Oda does is what Oda does, but like, I could not do something like this.
No,
like, there's no fucking way. Like, and then they still have this like much story, and anyways, but yeah, I read that. Obviously, I've seen the first 3 Uzumakis, which we're up to, and I think that's it for anime. And then I watched The Penguin.
I'm not caught up. I need to.
I'm caught up.
I plan on this weekend. I don't have a whole lot going on, so.
You watched
I heard the newest episode. Yeah, no, it got a 9.5 on IMDb.
Yeah,
and there's not very many episodes in television that have done that.
Yeah, so you watched last week's episode, right?
No. I was in California. I didn't have Max. I don't have Max login, so I haven't watched. I watched the first 2 episodes, and that's it.
Yeah, 3. Okay, no, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be good. Everyone's saying like this could be the greatest comic book television show ever.
So
and when
far,
it's done, it might go down as the greatest ever.
It is OG Game of Thrones level quality.
I mean, if an episode got 9.5 and it's only episode 4 of the show,
yeah,
we're in for a ride.
Like so much is happening in every episode that I'm just like blown away the quality. Like, right. I'm as of right now, if the show keeps going at this pace and at this quality, I will say that the show was better than the movie that it followed. Like so far, I like the Penguin more. I love the Batman, and it was a great Batman movie, but this is a better show.
I already like the show more than the movie.
Yeah,
personally, but it's just it's the same world, but it just feels different.
This feels more like Gotham than the Batman did.
The Batman felt like Gotham, but it's a different show too, because the movie was very much a detective show. This is a mob show,
and that's like that's always been my issue with like the OG Batman movies is like they always talk about how like Gotham is this like dark criminal underworld and like Batman needs to exist because crime is so bad.
Yeah.
But then they just show you like a supervillain and then a couple of petty crimes in the beginning. But like
they show you the ice lounge or whatever the fuck. Like
yeah, like the Batman did a really good job with the Falcone introducing him, showing the underworld. But like even then, it kind of like more towed into it. But like this show is like 100% like this is the mythos and world of Gotham. You know, this is doing everything the Gotham show should have done.
Yeah,
like multiple crime family, but like yeah,
I can fix her. By the way, I can fix her. And that's How I Met Your Mother. I do love that. That's the mom. Like that's the woman from How I Met Your Mother. Have you seen How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
The whole story is about him trying to find the mother.
Yeah, I've seen the show.
She is the fucking Falcone. Sister? She's the Falcone in the show.
The sister?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's the same woman.
I should have never put
She's also in Palm Springs.
I do remember from Palm Springs.
Incredible movie. Very underrated.
Yeah. Andy Samberg? Yeah, crushing that movie.
The whole movie was
hilarious.
So fucking funny.
The fucking dude that's hunting him the whole time.
So good. So good. That movie's, I might watch that shit this weekend.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, she's amazing in it.
Yeah.
The 4th episode centers around her.
I know.
And
I know what it's about. But
bro,
I don't want any spoilers because I'm going to watch. I will probably watch that this weekend. If I'm being realistic, I'm going to watch some Dragon Ball and I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
Because I need to catch up on that. And I also still need to finish Shogun.
Yeah. And I love how fucking like Batman movies are edgy, but they're not dark. This show is fucking dark. Like this feels like some real world grit, you know? And like it plays itself straight, which is so nice to see in a comic book show. Just play itself straight, you know what I mean? But not shy away from that. It comes based on a comic book. Like people just openly call him the Penguin, like mockingly, and I fucking love it.
I mean, did you watch Gotham?
I tried to. I couldn't get into it.
They call him Penguin like right away.
Yeah.
That's how he walks.
Yeah. And that's kind of what they're doing here. And I like that they just, but like, I don't know, Gotham felt like that show where like they refuse to just like really lean into what it is, you know?
Well, they were trying to like do Once Upon a Time, but it was Batman.
Yeah.
I liked it. It wasn't top tier, but it was enjoyable enough.
I mean, I don't
seeing
think
them young, and I thought the kid that played the Penguin did unreal.
Yeah, I don't think it was bad necessarily. I just felt like it felt more like, hey, we have this Gotham IP, so let's make a show. It felt like a show that was written.
It was also a WB show.
Yeah.
Too, so they couldn't do too much.
It felt like a show that got written, and then they just decided to call it Gotham to make it so like, hey, people like Batman, we'll call it Gotham, you know? But it didn't really feel like it was written to be Gotham.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I blame, but that's because it's a WB/CW show.
Yeah,
that's why.
CW, that's what it was.
Yeah. It used to be WB.
It
like
did.
Smallville.
It did.
That's where, because Smallville was WB, then it went to CW.
CW.
Because WB owns CW, right? It doesn't matter.
I think so.
And then we watched both It movies.
I haven't watched the second one. Is the second one good? Is it worth watching?
Oh yeah, dude, it is. It is
good. I've heard mixed things. Like, don't watch it. And I've heard it's better than the first one.
I personally think it is a better movie than the first one, but I enjoyed the first one more.
Okay.
Like the first one's definitely way fucking scarier.
Oh, and I didn't think it was scary at all.
Like, I mean, not like I don't think it's scary either, but like more of a mind. Yeah, more. It's more of the first one is way more of a horror movie, and it's way more of a mind fuck. You know,
it definitely is.
And
it's very thriller. Like you're really on edge the whole time you watch it.
Yeah, like I remember watching the first movie, like holding her. I was literally holding her hand, like at multiple scenes. Like not so much like oh my god, like scaring and jumping, but that like it just
you're just uneasy.
Yeah, and the second one just didn't really give me that same vibe.
But it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was definitely a better movie. The acting obviously had adult acting, and they're all super famous. It had James fucking McAvoy in it, like, and it does a lot. I think it does a way better job of playing off of the first movie than the Tim Curry miniseries did. It came out like 20, 30 years ago or whatever. Yeah. Actually, I looked it up. It came out exactly 27 years ago.
What did?
So
Tim Curry's?
Yeah, the OG Tim Curry one came out exactly 27 years before this new series.
Oh, okay.
Which is ironic because that's the time skip in both of them is 27 years. So I don't know if that was intentional or not.
It was probably intentional.
Yeah, but like when I was when we finish it too, I always recommend the old one. I saw the timing. I was like, well played. Well fucking played. But yeah, highly recommend it if you have not seen it. I will say, go back and rewatch the first one.
I just watched the first one.
Oh, okay. Then
I don't need to rewatch it. I just watched it like probably 3 weeks ago.
Because it came out in like 2017.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it until, I want to say it was like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. Like it has not been that long.
Okay, then yeah, you'll be fine. Because it does, they did a lot of, I don't know if they did it back then. Because I know they record them both the time, but like the kid actors show up a lot in this one. Like in flashbacks and stuff. And like, it also did, I like that they did, like the OG show, I remember it having flashbacks, but it was just like re-showing the shit from the first half.
It. I want to watch it though.
Yeah, I watched it. Wait, like years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, but I like that they actually shot extra scenes that like fit into the timeline of the first. And there's like, you remember the first one, like when they all have their fight and break up or whatever, and there's kind of that little bit of a time skip in the summer, but it's undefined. This movie kind of like
fills in those gaps.
Yeah, and
That's
it does
cool.
it does a really good job of. I feel like the OG one didn't really explain like what happens to them in the time skip from the book and why it happens to them. And this movie just directly explains what happened to them and why. The only thing is they don't bring out the turtle. They keep referencing the turtle. I don't know if you saw in the first one, but I was like, are they going to do the turtle? And they don't do the turtle.
Damn.
He does the spider, but they don't do the turtle. And I was really sad. They do a way better job with the deadlights in this and explaining like that lore and all that. But I really, really thought they were just going to full in cosmic horror, the turtle, and they make like 1 or 2 references in this movie too, but they never bring them out. And I was like, I wanted it so bad. Because when I saw the first one, when she sees the dead lights, that we all float down here or whatever, I was like, and it's like the way it showed it, and I was like, oh, we're doing this. We're going all in. And they kept referencing the turtle, and I wanted it so bad.
All right, what else?
I think that's it. Oh, Agatha All Along.
Oh, is it?
And the new episode came out today, and I'm so excited to go home and watch that.
Nice.
I fucking love it.
I'm gonna watch it eventually.
Yeah, it is definitely.
I'll probably watch it after everything comes out.
Yeah, it is very thematic. A very thematic follow up to WandaVision.
I haven't seen WandaVision, so I guess I can't watch that.
No, you can.
I don't want to watch WandaVision. The only TV show I was considering watching is Loki.
So WandaVision's Loki you should definitely watch. It's the best one of all of them. And
That's
it's
the
just
only reason
good.
I've considered watching it.
WandaVision is good, but the first 2 episodes, you're going to be like, what the fuck am I watching and why?
Yeah, I figured.
It should not, it either should have been a movie or it should not have come out weekly. Because like I didn't start watching it until I think the 3rd or 4th episode were out. But if I would have watched the first episode that first week, I would have been like, what the fuck did I just watch? It definitely pays itself off, and in hindsight, I love it. But when I watched it the first time, I was like,
So I don't think I need to watch it though, because I know what happens.
If you know what happens in WandaVision,
yeah, I had to ask because we watched
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. I was like, what
So
the fuck?
you know who
happened?
Agatha is and all that. Oh, then you don't.
Wait, who's Agatha?
The witch from WandaVision? She's the villain in that.
I don't remember. I don't know that. All what I know of WandaVision is like the kids and Vision and all that shit.
Oh, well, the character of Agatha All Along is basically the villain in WandaVision.
Oh.
And she's kind of a minor character. She's around a lot, but you don't really... I'll just spoil it for you offline, so you don't have to watch it. I'll explain it to you when we're done recording.
Cool.
So I think this is the 5th or 6th episode that just came out today.
Yeah.
And
Sounds about right.
the last episode ended on a huge cliffhanger, and I'm 100% certain it's exactly who I thought it was this whole time, and I'm so fucking hyped because they've been like hinting at it being something else. I'm like, I know, I've read these comics, I know who the fuck you are, and they're trying to like hint that it's someone else, and I'm like, the last episode ended, it pretty much confirmed it's exactly who I think it is. So I want to go home and watch it to be like, I fucking called it. Nerd boy got it right.
And nobody disagreed with you.
I was talking to myself, and I did not disagree with myself. Like I'm online, like posing on Reddit about it or something.
Nice.
And I think that's it for what I watched.
Okay. Then I have a couple of, I pretty much have one announcement. So Anime Frontier is coming up first weekend of December. I applied for our badges. We are approved.
Yay.
3 badges.
Ian, bring your bitch ass.
Yeah. So they're going to obviously contact me a little bit later to, with all more details and shit. But we got our badges. So be there if you can. First weekend of December. 3 days, right? It was 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah, it was 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So be there. If you need some reasoning to go, I have considered wearing cosplay.
And I will not, but I will be there laughing and judging him while he does
Not
it.
only am I going to do cosplay, I might do Sailor Moon.
Oh, please. And don't shave anything.
No.
Yeah, you have to go just like that. Yeah. Mustache and all.
Yeah. So, because I won't be in Skillbridge yet, so it's just going to be a mustache.
Yeah.
So, if you want to see me dressed as Sailor Moon, I'm going to do that at least I'll do that one of the days. I'm not going to wear that 2 days in a row. Jesus.
I really do, but I also really don't.
What?
Want to see you dressed as Sailor Moon.
It's going to be hot.
Like, I want to because I think it'd be awesome, but I also don't know if I want therapy yet in my life, so I don't know if I want that.
She does wear a skirt, so it's not like you're seeing my cheeks.
Yeah, the trauma's setting in. Let's do it.
So there's that. And
it's the
then,
tiara that's going to bother me.
Oh, yeah, I definitely found the tiara, too. So don't worry, that's going to happen. I have a list. This is courtesy of ChatGPT. Because you still have yet to give me a topic to make a list of.
I honestly didn't even think we were recording this week, so I didn't know you were back until you texted me last night.
Oh, okay. Well, text me this weekend because I got spare time.
Yeah, like when you texted me last night, I was like, that's why my first response was like, yeah, you're back. Like, I didn't even know.
Bitch, you paid for the flights.
I know. I thought about it afterwards, but I was like, in my head, I was like, I could have swore you were gone 2 weeks. Mm-mm. Which is also why I didn't really watch.
It was like a Friday to a Friday or something.
Which is also kind of like why I didn't watch a lot of anime. Because it was kind of like, I got 2 weeks. So like every now and then I like to it's hard because like I like to I love anime. I love watching anime, but like I like to take weeks off.
Yeah, it doesn't want to be a job. No, I get it.
Yeah. So like,
that's all right. I mean, if you watch fucking live action shit, that still counts.
Yeah,
we can nerd out talking about that shit.
Yeah,
you can just judge all the things I watch.
Yeah, I just feel weird. It's like I feel like an obligation to watch something, even if I don't want to watch it, and I don't want to get to like we've said it before. I don't want to get to a point where like I don't enjoy anime. Yeah, it feels like work. So it's like, I'll take a week off, and then the things I did watch, I just wanted to watch. Naruto, I specifically watched thinking I had this week to not watch other stuff. So I was like, let me just,
get it.
Watch the classic.
I'll make you a deal. If you have a week where you don't want to watch any anime, bring something to talk about. Bring a topic.
That's fair. Well, I mean, my goal was because I'm like, I want to watch Dawn to Dawn. I want to watch Bleach. I kind of want to rewatch the second half of the second season of Bleach. Just for the fights, not the story.
Yeah, because you don't need it because they recap it at the beginning of the first episode.
I just really want to watch that Kenpachi fight. Again. God, the fights are so good. I'm probably just going to pick up right there. But and then I realized I never finished Undead Unluck.
Really? I thought you did.
No, I realized because we were watching it together, and I mean, it was definitely me. She was enjoying it.
Oh, no. You were watching it.
Yeah, me and my girl. And we were watching it. She's enjoying it. I was enjoying it. And then I think I went on
travel.
Yeah. It was one of those things like a lot of times we'll start shows together and then we agree not to watch them. And then that's when I was like gone every other week. So like kept playing catch up and we got behind on like, obviously we watch live action shows more than we watch anime together. And I love her. And I love that she watches anime with me. But like, I know she's enjoying it, but I know she's doing it more for me than her own desires. Right. So like, I was like,
no, I get it.
Like, I think the only there's been 3 things that she's like legit just wanted. That was Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Like Chainsaw Man still blows my mind that she loved it so much. And then Spy Family.
Okay.
And that was off your recommendation that I got her to watch that.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying not to push her.
No, I get it. But like I said, that's the deal. Yeah. I mean, you're going to watch live action shit, so you can talk about that too. And then you can judge me for... I mean, most of what we talked about in this first hour was we talked about food for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of nice. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. So it was nice.
We talked about food and shit for 20 minutes. The usual beginning where we just bullshit. And then we had plenty to talk about of the stuff I watched. So.
Yeah, you watched a lot of, but I guess like I said, when I travel, I tend to watch a lot more. So you're busier, but like you still have to travel and the downtime, and you sleep alone. So
yeah, and that first the flights there, I slept on the first one, or I might have not. Yeah, I slept on the first one, and the second flight was like 45 minutes. So it was like I might as well just read or something. I think I listened to an audio book while I was flying.
Yeah,
and then while I was there, I just pretty much watched a lot of movies, and I was drunk one night and I threw on some Dragon Ball.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Respectable choice. I don't think I've ever gotten drunk and watched anime.
Yeah, you did. We did it together.
I mean, like, just like gone out to the bar and come home and put on anime.
Oh, yeah, that's what I did.
Like, usually if I'm drunk when I get home, I'm just like, I just want to put on noise that I don't have to think about and close my eyes.
Oh, well, I didn't get like hammered, obviously, because I had to drive. So I had a couple of beers, picked up a sandwich on the way home.
Because usually you're drunk is like...
Oh, no. I mean, like, once I got home, I drank more, and then I was dead the next day. I didn't sleep a lot. I stayed up pretty late.
Yeah, because your couple of drinks is never a couple of drinks.
This time it was a couple of drinks.
I think we've gone out once for drinks and actually got a couple of drinks, and we were all like, all right, we can go home and be alive
when we went to the brewery.
Yeah, but normally you're like, let's go to get a couple of drinks, and then that means Nickel City, which means I'm done.
We're fucked.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when I'm that drunk going home and like watching anime, it's just
I wouldn't. When I leave those days, I immediately come home. I might eat something and then go to sleep.
Yeah, and I was like, put on YouTube, but I'm like, I'll like literally it'll get to the ad roll and I'm already knocked the fuck out. Yeah. So I'm not even gonna bother putting on anime.
All right, I'll go through this list real quick because we have recorded for a while.
You wouldn't shut up about chachos.
This is courtesy of ChatGPT. A list of... I asked for top 10 mecha anime. So this is what we pretty much got.
I can name...
What their prompt is, here's a list of 10 highly recommended mecha anime ranging from classics to newer hits. It's essentially a top 10. Because, I mean, some of these I haven't heard of, but we'll see. Number 10 I haven't heard of. It's called Aldnoah Zero.
Aldnoah Zero? I've heard of it, never watched it. I think, isn't that's a CGI one that was on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no pictures, so...
Yeah. I'm just picturing it. I'm more saying it in my head, so I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's like a CGI one that was on Netflix. It looked... I heard it was okay. It looks...
So it might be good CGI?
It didn't look bad from what I saw, but I've only seen the preview.
The new Gundam is supposed to be like you remember the
Didn't that came out today, right? Or is that tomorrow? Yeah. I've been waiting.
Or it's either today or tomorrow, maybe Friday. No, I think it's today.
No, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
The 17th?
Tomorrow's the 17th.
Okay.
Yeah. It comes out Thursday.
It's like the Gantz O fucking animation.
Yeah, it looks super good.
I'm soaked.
I keep going on Netflix and like
looking to see if it's there.
If it's out,
me too.
And then I see the same day, like, I know it's not up, but maybe they did like an early release. And then when they did the whole Netflix leak, I was like, maybe they just dropped it early. Mm-hmm. They did not.
Number 9, Full Metal Panic.
That's I don't like that series. It's like a whole series. That's the one I was talking about where like the first series is like kind of serious and then it kind of turns like a gag show. And I didn't like it when it was serious. I didn't like it as a gag show. I just never got into it.
Number 8, Knights of Sidonia.
That is also on Netflix. And I believe that one is also live action. I mean, not live action,
CGI.
like CGI. Number
7, Darling in the Franxx.
I've never seen it. I've heard it's actually got a really good story. I've heard
it's really good, but I've also heard it's really horny.
Yeah. Like I heard like it's one of those ones where it's like you have to kind of just like accept that it's know horny.
What's gonna happen.
Yeah, like you're like, yeah, it's super horny, but there is like a real story and plot and like I just seen so much thirst about it that I was like, it's one of those kind of shows. Yeah. And then in hindsight, I hear, but it's also like, oh yeah, I'm like, it's cultured. I'm like, I know what that means. That means I don't like it. Like when someone says culture about anime, I know what you mean, and that's I am not cultured that way. Just watch porn. Just at that point, just watch porn. Yeah. Like, what's the point?
No facts. Number 6, Eureka 7.
I've seen most of that because it was on Toonami. I've just never seen it in order, but it's pretty good.
Number 5, Iron Blooded Orphans.
Which I still have not finished. I know you have.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. A lot of people, it's their like favorite. I think it's in the upper tier of Gundam shows.
Yeah. Because I watched it up
definitely
until
not my favorite.
Because I didn't up until when they get to
You
Earth,
probably watched the
basically.
first season. Oh, you watched a decent amount.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. So I saw when they get to Earth and what their goal is. But I think I watched like 1 or 2 episodes on Earth, and then that's where I stopped watching it.
You're
I know I'm almost done
you're
with the
almost
first
done.
season. Yeah, and then the second season kicks off from there. But
yeah.
I just
It's
never-
very fast paced from here.
yeah.
Number 4, Gurren Lagann.
Heard it's decent.
Yeah, it might be all right. It's
Yeah.
like it's aight.
Yeah, I've heard
It's aight.
it's like something that put Trigger on the map or something.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love that shit so much.
Which is, and I'll still just never get over. That is the most Dragon Ball Z mecha show ever. Because that shit, the scale from like,
Yeah,
the,
it just fucking leaps.
like after old boy dies, from then on,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's like watching Dragon Ball and going into Dragon Ball Z in one season.
Yeah, after like 4 episodes.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, this is not what I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be.
It's crazy.
I'll just never forget that panel with that galaxy in the background. And I'm like, how did we get here?
Yeah, that was like the second to last episode.
Yeah, and I'm like, this shit is wild, and I love it.
Yeah, it was good. Number 3, Mobile Suit Gundam. So the OG.
Which I still think holds up.
Yeah, it's still good. They actually have all 3 of the movies on Netflix. So like if you don't want to go through the series, you can just watch the movies.
For the OG series.
Yeah.
I never watched the movie. I know I talked about that prequel they made a couple years ago, and I keep saying I'm going to go back and watch it, and I still haven't, because I feel like I need to rewatch the OG one again to go watch that show.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I do remember, like, I mean, that was the first Gundam, because I was like, at that point I was watching them in order, like, not chronologically in the timeline, but in order of release. And I mean, I of the first 4 Gundam shows that I saw in order, I'd say the first one was my favorite.
Okay.
I just like the little twist they add to the mech suits with like the clairvoyance. thing,
Yeah.
Esper, ESP, or whatever
Yeah.
shit he has. Yeah. I really like that in the first one.
Number 2, Code Geass. Or as a lot of people like to call it, Goat Geass.
Lelouch.
Lelouch.
Which I like, it's so weird. 'Cause like I know it's a mech show, but I still don't think of it as a mech show, really.
Yeah, because it's not a whole lot of mech.
Yeah,
Like there is mech, but it's not mech centric.
Yeah, like I just wouldn't put it in the category of a mech show.
I mean, I would. I think there's just as much mech in that as there is in Gundam Wing. Maybe a little less, but
Yeah.
realistically, a lot of Gundam Wing is very much based on like they're terrorists. Like that's
Yeah.
it.
I know, it's just one of those things where like the plot and the premise and the characters don't really center around the mechs. It's almost like they wrote this story and then they're like, we added mechs to like, in case you didn't want to see all this political
Probably.
stuff. Like most mechs shows are mech shows that are very political. That feels like a very
Yeah.
political show that they
Yeah.
added mechs on the end to like keep you entertained, to draw you in.
Yeah.
Because before I knew what it was, I thought it was just going to be a mech anime.
Yeah.
It was like, like Gundam, like the underdog mech show. And then
Right.
it turned into obviously something completely different.
Yeah.
And then
Number one
was
is Ava.
Yeah. I mean, I figured 1 and 2 would be Ava and then Gurren Lagann.
I thought so too, but I'm okay with
Yeah.
the order.
Only because
I don't think it's really supposed to be like a top 10 order.
just for recommendations.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I mean, it does go in like a
Pretty consistent
pretty
order.
consistent
quality,
order.
'Cause I only say 1 and 2 because like Ava was a response to Gundam and Macross.
Yeah,
And then Gurren Lagann was literally just a direct response to Ava as a concept of like, hey, mech shows don't have to be this, So I feel like those two, any conversation, have to be next to each other because they're literally, one's like a commentary on mechs and the other one's a commentary on that commentary on mechs
Right.
pretty directly.
right.
So like I even now, like I can't think of one without the other.
That's fair. Well, that's all we have for you guys. It was good to be here.
It's good to be back.
Yeah,
Next time, let's not have it so fucking cold in here. Let's work on that.
it feels good.
It feels fucking freezing in here.
Well, you're wearing pants.
Yeah, and I'm
I feel
cold.
great right now.
I don't know how you're wearing shorts. Like
I always do.
I'm fucking freezing right now. Like,
Well, next week it's supposed to be warm outside, so
do we know? Yeah, it's not bad in here when it's hot outside. Because I come inside and I'm sweating, and you make me wait outside for 10 minutes and hose me off before you let me in. So
I pretty much open the door before you get to the top step.
I know. It just sounds better that way.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Instead of the truth.
Your neighbors are looking at me like, oh, do you know him? Like, I guess not, because he never lets me inside.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you next week.
All right, love you, miss you. Bye.
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 Price for destruction!